Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 34 of the Together We Grow podcast. My name's Paul Main,
And I'm Tamer.
and we welcome you along today. Thanks ever so much indeed for tuning in. This week, we're going to be talking about something which we know is a bit of an issue for people, and it's actually creating content, and it's creating a content bank that you can use for your social medias and anything else. We know it's difficult because we've had to do it and we still have to do it. Isn't that right?
That certainly is right. We know that everybody needs to create this content, but not everybody knows what to do and how to do it, really, do they?
Exactly. So we're going to run through why it's important and then give you some tips as well, which hopefully you can take away and implement into your business to make creating content and creating social media content specifically much easier and much less of a strain. So this is episode 34. Let's crack on with it, shall we?
Let's go. Episode 34. That's kind of crazy, isn't it, that we've done 34 of them now?
Yeah, it is. I can't believe people are still listening, to be honest.
I know. We might have about 5 or 6 people, but
Yeah, but still.
better than none.
It is. It helps us get our if anything, it helps us get our thoughts out there as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And it gets people to sort of know who we are a little bit on a more personal level as well, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So this episode was brought to us by
Tamsin from the Tamar Valley Candle Company. And she asked specifically for some help with how to create content and what to post on social media because she struggles with knowing what to do and how to do it.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to cover today. So really, the issue that we see here is that a lot of people who are listening to this, a lot of home fragrance business owners just work for themselves.
Yeah.
And they have a lot to do. They've got to make all the products, market their business. They've got to do everything, haven't they? The whole shebang. And you're not going to be an expert in everything.
No, that's impossible to do.
You know, if you applied for a job somewhere, they don't expect you to know everything about the whole company.
No.
Or expect to be able to do everything about the whole company.
No.
Whereas as a business owner, you have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
that's only you.
It's only you. And creating content is one of those things where everybody know they need to do it, don't they?
Yeah.
Because you know that you need to post on social media every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. Everyone knows that. But it's a time thing. A lot of people will think they have to make specific time to create this content and never really get round to it. Or they think like they get on with the day stuff. So they'll post their orders out, they'll make their products, they'll send that email, they'll restock, they'll do whatever they need to do. But then it's like, oh yeah, I've got to create some content for socials and then start doing that. They treat it as like a bit of an afterthought, really. That's what we find anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it is an afterthought. So I've got to get round to that in a minute. I'll sort that out later and then end up just posting a product photo.
Yeah, exactly. Because you haven't created anything, so you just post anything.
Mm-hmm.
And posting anything is probably better than nothing. But, you want it to be good, don't you? So the issue is, I think, is a mix of people feeling like they don't have time and perhaps also not valuing it highly enough.
Yeah, it's probably a perfect mix of the two of them, to be honest.
Because actually, this should be one of the most important things you do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't market your business, then you're not going to grow the business.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get more eyes on it. You need to get more shares because any one of those reels could pop off, start getting 200 likes, 30,000 views, and get some engagement, get some followers, get some clicks, and get some sales.
And that's what it comes down to, is being visible online so that your customers and potential customers can see you, know that you're there and buy from you.
Exactly, yeah. And that leads us on to why it's important to do this as well, because it is about being consistent and more so than getting new customers, being visible to new customers, because you can do that via your daily outreach engagement that we talk about a lot when you're engaging with other relevant accounts. You can do it via ads. And of course, posting reels, especially reels, will help you get seen by lots of other accounts as well.
Yeah.
But also, the people that have purchased from you, even just once, it's an opportunity for them to, like you say, is get to know them, get to see behind the scenes, get to understand you, your story, and start to really like you
and build that connection.
build that connection and fall in love with that brand
Mm.
of yours, because that's how you're going to build repeat customers and build a profitable business,
Yep.
isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Repeat customers are
Yeah.
that's the gold dust, isn't it? You
Well, I
need
mean,
that.
that is how you're going to build a profitable
Yeah.
business. You're not, if you don't do these things and you're relying on just getting new customers in constantly with Facebook ads and things like that, then you're not going to be profitable,
Yeah.
because your profit will come from your repeat customers. And in this space, home fragrance, especially if you're doing wax melts where people get through them quicker,
Yep.
they will come back and buy from you more often if you've built that community.
If you've
And
given them a reason to.
yeah, if you've got that group of people who always look out for your posts, always engage with your posts, and they follow your story. They're invested in you as a person and as a brand. They don't care about, because they will see loads of ads from other companies,
Yeah.
but they don't care about them because they've found the one they like. And that's what you need to do. And therefore, posting content every day is key to that.
It keeps your customers that are already returning customers, it keeps them in the loop and up to date on what you're doing, and it keeps building that relationship with you and them, doesn't it? It keeps it fresh in their mind as well. It keeps, every time they see a new post and they interact with it, it makes them sort of, oh yeah, they're still here, I'm still seeing what they're doing, I'm still connected to them, and it keeps you fresh in their minds, doesn't it?
Yeah. So therefore, one of our biggest tips, and this is what we did a lot at Cozy Aromas, we did a mix of this as well as the more studio-based shots, okay, which we used for websites and things, is actually just documenting what you do.
Yep.
Okay. And I think when you switch your mindset to that, it becomes so much easier to create this content. Okay, document what you do during the day and do it via your phone. That's all you need to do. If you are packing orders, just set up a tripod, hit record, and then film yourself packing orders. You don't have to say anything to the camera, just film it. Okay? That's a piece of content you got in your bank. If you record it at full speed, at normal speed, you can then use that, chop it up, and you can add another clip that you did from making your products later in the day, and then another clip that you did from designing your next labels from later in the day. Piece it all together. That's a 15-second video you've got that can go straight up saying, this is what I got up to today. What did you get up to today? Something like that.
Yeah, it's
Simple.
very simple. You're not having to sit there and think, oh, what should I post? What should I post? You're recording everything that you're actually doing.
Yeah.
It's simple when you say it like that, isn't it? But
yeah,
it does work.
It does. And then equally, that video that you recorded at normal speed on a tripod of you packing orders, you can then speed that up by 20x or whatever you can do. And then all of a sudden you've got a time lapse of you packing orders, which is another piece of content you can use at another time. You see what I mean? So just document everything you do during the day. Set up tripods, record yourself as if it's nothing, as if it's just a daily thing. So you're now going to your packing station to pack orders. Part of that process is now setting up a tripod, which you can get off Amazon for 20 quid.
Yeah.
Putting your phone on there, hit and record. That's it. That's part of the process now. You're doing some work on the computer, set up the tripod behind you so it's facing the computer.
Pretty much just walk around your room and carry your tripod with you to every single place that you're doing things and hit record every time.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be any simpler than that.
No.
Then, if you feel like it, pick the phone up, put it on, flip the camera around to yourself, and then just talk to the camera. If you want to, you don't have to do this, but it also helps, and it works very well. And just say what you've been up to today, or say what you're working on, or say, I've had this thought about this potential new product that I'm thinking of making. This fragrance, I smelt it the other day when I went to Next, and I would love to try and recreate it. What do you think? You see what I mean?
Yeah. It's a call to action in there for people to comment and answer and to talk about the fragrance, which will, of course, boost your reel as well, won't it, to more people?
So that's what we used to do, didn't we? We used to, at Cozy Aromas, now I'm not expecting other people to do this, of course, but what we did, we created weekly vlogs, which are video diaries that we uploaded to our YouTube channel.
We loved doing them, didn't we?
We did. every day we'd just pick up the phone and record something. It wasn't highly edited. In fact, it's better when it's not. I didn't have any like stabilizer or anything like that. I tried it once, didn't like it. So it was just me holding the phone, either facing the camera facing you or flipping it around when I wanted to talk to it. Simple as that. And then at the end of the week, I'd piece those clips together, and that was probably a 15 to 20-minute video that I'd just chuck on YouTube. Not edited, nothing like that. And it got views.
It
Some
did.
of them got tens of thousands of views.
Mm-hmm.
And it builds that relationship. And then what we can do from that is we can chop that up into small clips, small segments, and post that on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, if
And
you
it
wish.
worked really well, didn't it? I still remember one of my favourite parts of one of the real YouTube videos that was you walking around recording yourself and talking to the camera, and I'm following you down the aisles with my breakfast and my Cheerios.
Yeah, it's so weird. But it's just documenting, okay? And I mean, not so much now because they are not the most experienced people with regards to marketing, shall we say. But if you go to Cozy Aroma's Instagram page and flip back to 2023, have a look at how unedited a lot of our stuff is.
How raw it is.
So you used to do daily vlogs, didn't you? Literally like 50-second daily clips.
Yeah, I just record very tiny little clips of things that was happening during the day, and I'll do a face on saying this is what we've got up to today at Cozy HQ, and then I'll do a voiceover for the rest of it, put it together, and they got really good views, didn't they?
They did get a lot of views.
And we got a lot of people who would send us messages asking about it and saying, oh, I saw this on your shelf, where do I buy it, and stuff like that.
You don't underestimate that kind of stuff. You know, if you're going to do this, do not expect to have that polished Instagram look on when people go to your profile. But that's okay, and actually that's a good thing.
I also think that it helps you stand out because a lot of people have not necessarily the wrong look at it, but a lot of people think, Instagram has to be perfectly polished, it has to be aesthetic. But if you've got all the raw footage, you stand out and people are going to stop and look at it.
Yeah.
And they're interested in it. And people like seeing how things are made and what goes into products and the people behind it. So they're going to stop, they're going to look at your video, then they're going to think, oh, hang on, they made that product, but they've only done up to, they haven't finished it. So if I click on it, I might see another video that finishes making the product.
Exactly. And we, if you go to the Home Fragrance Academy Instagram profile, you look at how raw and unedited that is. It's just a mismatch of mainly you, isn't it?
Yep.
Like on Reels, and then we've got some carousels on there. It's nothing fancy or highly edited.
No, not at all.
And that's how it should be. And, 6 months ago, we were doing edited things. We were creating graphics, creating this like beautiful posts and beautiful carousels and things like that. But now we've started to do it this way, which we knew worked from our time at Cozy Aromas. Views, engagement is going up.
Yeah. I think when I looked at the Instagram profile this morning, I think it said it was 177% up on last week.
There we
so
go.
My views, my interactions, my likes, my follows.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to just be documenting stuff, okay? Your work day. If you go, when you go home, or if you lock up for the day, whatever you're doing, and you're going to put a fragrance on for yourself to relax to in the evenings, film yourself chopping the fragrance, chopping the wax mat up, snapping it, taking it out of the bag, snapping it, put it in the warmer. Create those as individual little clips of about 3 seconds each, and then piece them together. Honestly, it's just unreal how things like that, again, unedited, how things like that really take off.
It's exactly what I did the last couple of weeks, wasn't it? I recorded turning the burner on, taking some wax out, putting a new bit of wax in, and it works really well, doesn't it? Because your customers seeing it are actually interested in it because, that's what I do every day. Is there a way for me to do it quicker? Or what are they going to put on? And they've got that connection with it because it resonates with them because that's what they do every day as well.
Yeah. So our Instagram profile, Home Fragrance Academy, we don't have many followers, like 4,500 followers, something like that. Our engagement is okay. It's getting better. We're certainly getting better at it. We find it hard in our space because a lot of our customers and a lot of our students don't want to show their competitors that they engage with us.
Yeah.
Because that's like giving away their secrets.
So
We've
we
had
don't.
that feedback from people, haven't we? So
We
it's quite
have.
difficult. But you did a video the other day, and this wasn't even edited at all. It was a tripod set up of you chopping up wax, wasn't it?
Yep.
Literally just chopping it up as like an ASMR type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's had 35,000
Yeah,
views, isn't it?
35,000 views, over 200 reactions as
Yeah.
well.
It's crazy when you get stuff like that. And so that's the different content you can create. You can you can just document your stuff day to day, and you can reuse that content for other things, especially if you don't just record it as a time lapse.
Yeah.
And then when you get home and you're putting your wax on or lighting your candles, every time you do that, record it, but from a different angle.
Yeah.
Record you emptying your wax, okay, into the bin or however you empty it, and then create a reel or even a carousel on these are the 5 methods I use to empty wax from my wax burner.
And then create 5 reels, one for each one of them ways to do it as well. So that's 6 pieces of content there immediately.
So if you took a photo of you with a piece of tissue wiping out the wax burner, one photo, okay, and created a carousel, but each slide of that carousel had the same photo. This is what we do.
Yep.
You don't have to create different photos for each one,
No.
but the caption on each one's different. These are 5 methods of taking wax out of your warmer. Slide 1, use a tissue, blah blah blah. 2, soak up with cotton wool, blah blah blah. 3, freeze it in the whatever, that kind of thing. The same photo but a different text over the top. It still has the same impact, but it doesn't require you creating 5 or 6 photos to do it.
Yeah, it's quicker and it just makes it easier for you as the creator, doesn't it?
Exactly. And then each one of those, like you say, turn it into a reel. Have you thought about this method for taking wax out of your warmer? Put a bit of cotton in there, soak it up.
And you will find over time as your engagement grows, your customers will actually comment on there and say, oh, I do it this method. This is my favourite method. Have you tried this one? And, they will actually comment on it. And they'll reply to each other on there as well over time.
Exactly. So from that one content idea, you've got 6 or 7 different individual things that you can schedule up over the course of 7 or 8 weeks, one a week, whatever. And then, of course, you've got the daily documenting. And then, of course, you will want to do some more sales-based ones every now and then when you have a new collection to launch.
Yeah, that obviously goes without saying. You can also do how to use your products as well.
Yeah.
So you can do exactly the same thing like you did with the wax, removing the wax from the burner. You can do a carousel on how to get the best from your room sprays or your candles, and then break that carousel down into individual reels as well.
What would work really well is, I imagine, various reels on how to look after a candle properly.
Yeah.
Properly. How long they need to be melted for before, but used before you blow them out. Whatever. How to properly look after them. And if you did a series of videos.
Yeah.
So this is a reel. Step 1 or reel 1 of 5. Video 1 of 5. This is how to trim your wick and how long the wick should be roughly. And then 3 days later, this is video 2 of 5. And then there's the second tip.
Because if you do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you do 1 of 5, people are then going to look out for number 2 because, oh, that was really informative. I'm interested in that. So they'll scroll through and look for the second one, won't they? And then the third one because they're interested in it. They've struggled with candles. They want to get the best out of theirs. So they're going to be looking out for them.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't really know what much more to say. It's document stuff. You want this to be as easy as possible. And then once you've got all of this content, create yourself a folder on your computer, on Google Drive, on your phone, wherever you want to do it. Probably on your phone, or just keep it in create a separate album on your phone for your work stuff, and just fill it full of all of the different clips and all the photos you take. And then every week, schedule up a week's worth of content. Just one post a day is all you need. And just go through your photo bank. It doesn't matter if you reuse clips that you've done and you piece them together but in different orders, or you use the same photo. It doesn't matter.
No.
But long as you're recording and adding to that photo bank, that content bank every week, you're always going to have content that you can use for social media. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. It's just, it makes it easier because you then, when you do sit down and think, oh, I want to talk about dispatching my products and the packaging that we use, then you think, oh, hang on, what do I post on it? I want to put a picture up. So instead, you look for your thing, be like, oh, there you go, there's a picture of me standing there dispatching orders. And so it's relevant to the text as well.
Yeah.
And you don't have to sit there and sort of try and edit something together and make something on Canva. You want it to be as real as possible so people build that connection with you as much as possible.
Yeah.
And this
Precisely.
is also a good way to get in front of the camera. If you don't want to stand and talk to the camera, which a lot of people don't, it's putting you on the camera without you having to look directly at it and talk directly to it. It's showing videos of you actually making the products and doing things, so people are still getting to see you without you having to perform directly to a camera as well.
Yeah.
It's the best of both worlds, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there you go. That's how you create content. That's how you create a content bank without it being too much work.
Yeah.
You just document your day-to-day work.
Yeah. Get that tripod attached to you, follow it around with everything you do, and then piece everything together.
Do it during the day when you're working, in the evening, whenever you're changing your wax or lighting that candle or spraying that room spray, whatever you're doing, flipping those reeds in your reed diffuser, record yourself doing it.
Yeah.
But don't record yourself doing it, but then also take a couple of photos of you doing it as well.
Yeah.
And then that's more content for your bank.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck it in your bank, and then when you're struggling for ideas, you just scroll through and be like, oh, I'll create something to do with me reed diffusers today.
Yeah.
Simple. I mean, that's how you do it.
Mm-hmm. Just sit down and write a list of all of the things that you do in a day that you can record, and all of the products that you have available as well, that you could create carousels and then reels from it as well. Because when you sit and do that, you realise how much stuff you've actually got to talk about without even sales stuff, without new collections.
Exactly. And one thing to think about here, okay, is done is better than perfect. Don't worry about having beautiful lighting and a fancy camera and all of this kind of stuff. Honestly, there's enough good quality apps. Even just the standard photo app on your phone is good enough for enhancing a photo, or upload a photo that you've taken that maybe you're not quite happy with to ChatGPT and say, enhance this photo to be beautiful lighting. It will spit it back out and do just that for you. You've got these tools now to do it. You don't need anything fancy. And you mustn't overthink it, because you need to be a content machine. And the quickest way to be burnt out is to sit there every single day and think, what shall I post about today? And then try to set up something beautiful, and just don't do it. Okay, document. Done is better than perfect. You just get this type of content out there. Then after a week, after 2 weeks, have a look back to see what has been resonating with people. What type of content are people engaging with the most? And then guess what you do?
Double down on that and do some more of it.
Create some more of that content. Honestly, it's when you don't overthink it and you do it this way, it becomes so much easier.
It definitely does, yeah. And taking that stress away from you of having to sit there for ages thinking about it and worrying about it is time that you can spend on other parts of the business instead.
Exactly. So a few tips then to help you here. Create content in batches. Like we said, make it part of your daily routine. So we'll repeat what we said. Set up your tripod everywhere you're going to be working.
Yeah.
Even if it feels like the most boring thing to you, it doesn't matter. You can still create that on its own as a time lapse, but you can also piece that segment together in a longer video with other stuff to say what you've got up to today. And you can, even if you didn't get up to that in that particular day, you can reuse that clip in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Just say you got up you did that during the day. This is all stuff you can do. And do stuff in batches. So like I mentioned a little while ago, if you're changing the wax in your warmer, record yourself doing it and take a few photos as well. That's a batch. You've done that task you do every single evening anyway, but now you've got some content of it. And then the following evening when you're doing it, perhaps take the warmer to somewhere else, to your kitchen, and film yourself and take some photos of yourself doing it there. Maybe upstairs in your bedroom side table, do it there as well. This is your daily stuff that you do anyway, but you're just recording it in batches, chucking it in your photo bank, in your content bank, for you to reuse at another time.
Like I say, it takes all the stress out of it, doesn't it?
get a tripod from from Amazon,
Yeah.
£20 probably, one that will hold your phone. And make sure, and only use your phone as well. You don't need any fancy equipment.
Yep, no cameras, no messing around with buying more things.
No.
Literally just buy your tripod and use your camera on your phone.
Yeah, and just make sure you take all photos and all videos vertically, because then you can use those in reels, in shorts, in stories, in TikToks, all that kind of stuff. That's what you do. And then the final thing is repurposing your content. We used to do this a lot. We do this a lot now.
Yeah.
I touched on that a little while ago.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
So that's where you record one clip of something, but you use it time and time again.
So you can record one long clip. You can speed it up to make a time-lapse version. You can cut a bit of that out and put some other clips together to make almost like a vlog style one. So that's 3 different things immediately.
Exactly. That's repurposing.
Yeah.
Do that with all your content, basically. And then you'll find that if you've got 50 pieces of content in your content bank, you could probably create 500 different things from all of that without it looking too samey to your audience. That might be a bit extreme. That might be a bit extreme, but you get what I'm saying, though. You can just repurpose it. And repurpose on different platforms. If you do post on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, or whatever else there is, repurpose it on there. Don't necessarily, you can just post the same thing on all of them. It's not highly recommended. I mean, we do at the moment. But, you know, you can just repurpose it or even just schedule it at different times.
Yeah, you can. My advice on that is to, when you edit your videos, to make sure you edit them somewhere where you're not going to have a watermark on them. So don't edit them on TikTok, download them and then put them on Instagram because it's going to have the watermark from TikTok on it. You can download the Edits app, which is a free Instagram app where you can edit your reels in there, and that's what I've been doing recently, isn't it? Or you can also use CapCut, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, I like CapCut. Yeah, the Edits app is an Instagram app.
It's an Instagram app. It's completely free. You can edit your reels on there and download them straight to your phone. You can upload them
with no watermarks.
And you can upload them straight to your platforms from there as well.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you do. So I think that should be useful to people. There's no magic formula there. It's just all quite obvious stuff, I think. But sometimes I think it needs to be sort of said to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, sometimes it feels too obvious to be true, doesn't it?
So there you go. That's how you build a content bank. You document what you do. You repurpose the images and the videos, and you just piece everything together. And you make sure things are done over perfect.
Hopefully this episode will help to sort of spark people in thinking, I can post about this, I can post about that. I've been overthinking it for too long. So they can then sit down in front of their computer, write out a list and just crack on and get it done.
There you go. So that's been episode 34. Thank you very much indeed for listening or watching if you're on YouTube. Head over to homefragrance.academy where you can view everything that we do. Perhaps become a member and you can take all of our lessons that we've got. We've got loads of stuff on there, real in-depth lessons. Plus also as a member, you get one-to-one coaching with us.
Yep.
So it's all good. So head over there. We'd love to have you on board. Otherwise,
please leave us a review and let us know what you thought of this episode and what you'd love to hear from us in the future.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Speak to you soon.
Bye.